Hey guys, Dr. Prometheus here, back with some more of our Borussia Gladbach. It is today. We have a Champions League game against Man United, and then the DFB Pokal quarterfinal against Freiburg. I think we're also going to play that. So next episode kind of sets it up with the United, and if we win a cup game, then the next cup game. So that's how we'll do it. Let's get right into this. I'm ready. We played Schalke, end it, so we haven't had a game to really talk about. I'm pretty sure I talked about Heidenheim and Bayer Leverkusen. It was bad. Red card or yellow cards. Getting a couple guys actually out. What it looks like though is we are 2 points behind Bayern Munich. So we're kind of trying to push ourselves up. I think we're ultimately going to qualify for Europe pretty easily, but it's on what we can do with qualifying for Europe that matters. I don't know. Gruda is looking absolutely fantastic. When I saw him, it was maybe 3 to 4 stars. It's like, bro, we have to do something, and like we've came through with some good stuff. So let's do this. Luka Netz is now up to a crazy 4.5 stars, and he is still growing. He's a star Bundesliga defender. 26. I think we're going to get him on a new contract at this point. We are going to agree to improve the coaching staff. We will do that. I'm going to remove this. Star player. Yes, we'll give him star player. We'll start this at the end of the season. We are going to give him an insane. I'm going to lock this up for another 4 years. Should be a good one there. And then what we're thinking about here, I do not know. I don't know, but I think we're good. 24 goals by Siberia. That's been a good one. And well, see what we can do against United. Are we going to be able to match up with them one-on-one? No. Thing is, I don't think we have to. It's United. Although that doesn't translate into the game wise, it would translate in real life. I think a team like Borussia Gladbach could beat United in real life. That's how dysfunctional the team is. However, this is not real life, and this is Football Manager. So there's none of that craziness in the game. However, possession 64%. I like, but United already has a shot on goal. All right, here's Jeremy Pino looking. Nets gonna have a good challenge there. Ismaro. Ooh, off the post. I'm not sure if Rashford's onside there. Poljan should not have even had to touch the ball there. I just don't think this is a winnable game. Yep, he's onside. I don't think this is a winnable game from the standpoint that we just do not have the talent. We're building the talent, but we just do not have the talent yet. We are building the talent needed. Jeremy Pino. Oh, we just need more. The biggest thing is it center back issue? I like to control the field through the midfield. And we're just not doing that. Our defense is getting beat there. Lose possession. I want you to regroup. Ultimately, I don't think it's going to matter. We have to slowly upgrade this team. It's going to take time. I don't see us winning this this Champions League match. If they might even put up more. So to kind of go through what I'm thinking about for next season to compete against the likes like United, some of the English teams, is I like Manu Kone. Kamari just needs growth. We need a better goalkeeper. There's one. I think if we have Scully out, it's a little bit better, but that one's an iffy situation. I think we maybe need to shore up defense, and we need one more midfielder. We need a better midfielder than Newhouse, I think. Okay, Amlin does get that. Oh, I need that to be better. And Jeremy missed it. Get your act together. Play better. I mean, is it I can't really say it's defense that's killing us. From a standpoint that this defense can win in our league, which isn't the biggest, but the issue is their attackers are so much better than my defenders. Like this through ball by Fernandez is absolutely just, it's magical. That's just picked up a knock. Groin injury. Pick him out the field. We are building, so it's not like we're stagnant. Our first real Champions League, or first Champions League to begin with in this series. So it's not like we didn't anticipate the situation, because we did. Kamari has to bang that in the back of the net. Yeah, that has to be banged in the back of the net. All right, Valencia came over from Bayern Munich. Okay, there's Kamari. Bring it up. Sabiri. He just doesn't have the pace. Go back to this, or go to this. which I think we're going to end up playing next season. If we can get a better midfielder. I just don't think we even... Ooh. Going to play in England for this next stint against United, we're just not this quality. Now, can Bayern Munich probably play this? Yes. And there it is. It's Rajan Garuda at least getting us 1 goal. Changed a little bit. Feldy has to come out. Now, Scully was not cleared to play. I think we take out Manu Kone for Felix Nemecha. And then we kind of wait. Rashford's up here. Gonna cook some of our deep. Come on, Nemecha. Rashford's gonna take it, and that's in. Easy peasy. All right, Kamari's gonna come out. We're just putting Shade up top. What we could do is this. And play through the middle. Sabiri. Take Sabiri out. He is not looking good. And let's put in Nagomu. Which I don't think Nagomu looks any better, but we're just trying to get this to not be out of hand. This is the biggest thing, and it's getting out of hand. Like, our best rating besides the guy who scored the goal is our goalkeeper with a 7.8 because he's been under so much pressure today. They've had 24 shots, 16 have been on target. He's had to make 16. Well, technically, he's had to make 12 saves. That's why Omlin has a 7.7 rating right now. They put up a 5th goal. Friedrich's going to prevent that, but Anthony in off the post. I mean, we're putting as much as we possibly can to this. Now, could we shock him at home? I mean, I'm not going to say it's impossible, but we are far off from contending. We are far off from contending in the Champions League. But I mean, we kind of knew that. I didn't think we'd get out of the group stage, to be honest, but we did. And that was, I don't want to say a shocker, but I didn't think that we would actually get out of that and get something like go to the next round. So, I mean, that in itself was a big one for us. So I'm going to set up training so we don't, I mean, we're having so many games here in a row that it's going to hurt my soul when it comes to playing all of these. But I didn't really think that this was going to happen, where we'd be up in the Champions League and we'd have good play all the way up. I mean, challenging Bayern Munich to a point. Like, I did not think that would be something that we were going to do. Now, Bayern Munich is playing Man City, and so I think all of the German teams are going to be out on this portion because I think it's us and Bayern Munich. No, Leipzig still has AC Milan. So those are the three. Being included in those three, and Leipzig might actually beat. I mean, I kind of figured we'd need a good actual draw. We didn't get the best draw by any means. So we got a draw that was probably going to hurt my soul, and it is. But I just don't know what more we could do against good teams for this season, I should say. It's going to take a little bit of time. The Manu Kone is going to take a lot of time. We do have the ability to hire some new coaches. We're going to hire them at the end of the year, I think. A lot of contracts are going to be up during that time, and we definitely want to get someone that can come in and do some good work in the coaching staff. But also, it helps us think about how we need to revamp the coaching to be up at the top, because Dortmund has the best coaching in the league at this point. Bayern, I think, is second, or they're kind of flip-flopped. And it really shows because the coaching and development of those players is working good for them. Now, we're having some good development on a lot of our players, but I think we just need to increase the coaching quality, and from there we can kind of see what we can do with development, because we had a couple of players that we want to kind of develop really hard, and I don't think we have the ability to do that at the under 19s. So those guys that are on the under 19s that aren't going to be down there, I mean, we have to get them in there. For whatever reason, we aren't getting, this isn't saving some of these guys. I'm not sure why. Like the one for Hack should be saving to where he'll be there. I'm going to play the Stuttgart game, and then we will be back with the cup game at Freiburg. And that's going to be an interesting one because, well, we still have a good opportunity in the cup. All right, here we go. Cup game. We need something here. Nagomu is not completely fit, so we're going to put in Felix Nemecha. See if we can get something. Because Gruder's not going to be fit, which is not great. Okay. This is a cup game. It is Freiburg. Let's go out and do some good stuff here. I think we can finally move back, though. I think Neuhaus, we can move Neuhaus back. He is happy now playing that middle. And that promise. All right, let's do this. Leinert, Hofer, just moving it around. There we go, Nemecha. Let's go. Ooh, a little bit wide left. Okay, there's Neuhaus making a good tackle. Deep ball. Valeri is going to play it in the middle. Kamari is going to be there. Kamari cannot play it over the Plea. Neuhaus does win it. Plea has an open shot, and there it is. His 8th goal of the season. We'll take it. We'll take it. Newhouse playing back like that, that might help us a little bit. Come on. Scully is getting back to fitness, and that's not the greatest pass. Good movement. It just wasn't there, which I'm fine with keeping possession. That's the biggest thing. Newhouse is going to get there. Nemecha, good ball in. Oh, he's going to have a header. And Mueller can't handle. I don't even remotely know what that is. Bro, I don't even know what to call this. It's an 18-yard header that Mueller can't handle. I don't know what to say about that. Other than that happened. All right, Nemecha is banged up here. Let's get in. Nagomu can't play either. Let's get Sabiri out and let's put Grant Leon Ranos here. I don't want a long-term injury just because we kept Felix out. There we go. Good pass. Manukone has a shot and he's going to put it in the back of the net. 3-0 over Freiburg. Let's go. We just need some good ratings from our midfield. I think Manukone is going to grow into a fantastic player. We just need to get him some good ratings. That is a slide tackle from behind. Maximilian Bier is going to be out. That is an uncalled for frustration tackle from behind. No reason to do that. No reason at all. Now Luka Netz is gonna. He could fight through that. Let's get him out because we don't want him to try to fight through that. Let's get Frederick in for Scully. We don't want to push this too hard. It's 3-0. I don't want to kill some of the players that are coming back from injury. Ooh, good shot. Good move. Not a great field switch. Okay, good win. Barry up, Kamari into the back of the net. All right. Here's some good stuff. Our change here is going to be the last two changes. Do we have Weigel can come in for Newhouse? And then our last one, we're gonna probably put in Hack. Let's get Hack up. Fitness. Who do we put him in for? Be honest. Maybe we don't. That, oh, it doesn't matter. That was our last. Fail. Oh no, we took someone out because of injury, right? That was in before. No, I just miscounted. Fail. It happens. Oh, it's a cup game. We're having fun out here. Starters came out, played pretty well. Some of our starters are still in. I like the product we're putting out on the field has been nice. Kamari just cannot beat Mueller front post, near post. Branos isn't going to win that. We can keep a clean sheet. Omlin is, I mean, the man is good for our division, but he's just not up to par for Europe. Now, we did get one keeper in, and I'm not sure if he is going to be the keeper that we go on with in the future. I think he's almost as good as Omlin. I would love to just have a generational talent at keeper. Frederick, what a screamer over the bar from deep. I'm just not sure if we're going to be able to get a generational keeper, and so we have to just play it smart and look at performance of a lot of the, not mid-tier keepers, but the keepers that are keep us sustainable in the Champions League, but I just don't think we're going to have one like we had in our Wrexham safe, because that man was an absolute monster, and we got insanely lucky with picking up that guy. I don't remember what his name was, but he was absolutely insane. He was one of the reasons why we were able to win the Champions League. And that save was because of the effort that man put through. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slowly rest these guys for 3 days. We're not going to worry about a whole lot of stuff. It's going to be fine. Bruto will be back in 2 days. I'm going to pull out Hack. I'm going to put Hack full. And I'm going to get him on the second team for 90 minutes. We're just going to get him up to fitness from that. Same thing here. But Kevin Schei's not going to be back. Gruda. Put him on rest for 3 days. Well, he should be good. So that was a pretty good one. Scully is gonna, I think he's gonna be up to on par with Nets. We just need to get him just up is the biggest thing. So I think when's the next draft draw? We drawn on the 10th. Which is the game. So maybe we'll have it. So what I'm thinking about when we go through as I do this training and I get these guys up is I think eventually what we're going to end up doing is thinking about at keeper what we want to change for anyone going up. That's one upgrade. I think we're going to completely look at the defense, and we're going to get younger on defense itself. Which means those two guys are going to be out. Which means we're going to need a more reliable and likely younger defense. What I'm also going to do is see if we can push up a lot of the guys that are not going to be playing at our level. down to the second team. So we can have a first full team of rotation. And we can think about that. I'm not sure if Felix Nemecha is going to be the answer all the way up top. That's one thing I have to think about and worry about. I'm just not sure if he's the one up there. He could be. It's going to be interesting to see him. Now, his brother, we might go for his brother if his brother becomes available and he kind of asks to move. Because then that will actually reduce his price, because I think his brother is actually worth a lot more, which is not necessarily helpful in things. So I think that will be one thing we'll have to see, is if he becomes available, we'll get him in, and that will be something that might be interesting. Have them on the team. The other thought we have to do, besides keeper and looking at more attacking, is midfield. Now, Weigel's good, but he's a sub. Newhouse is good, but I don't think he's up to the part that he's screaming like he's going to be massive. Now, it doesn't mean that we have to replace one, particularly Newhouse. What it allows us to do is take a second. We're not going to get the draw. I was kind of hoping we were. What it allows us to do is bring in someone that can develop behind Newhouse. And it's good. So we don't have to rush him up like we did Kamari, but I think Kamari is such a good player and I'm not really worried about his development. Same thing with like Manu Kone. Manu Kone is only 22. He's only going to get better, and we could pass him off as a deep line playmaker, but Kone is good at facilitating up into the box, and I like his role. So there is that. Where's Gruda? There's Gruda. Felix Nemecha is going to come out. So that's how we're going to play going into the next game. Scully will get up to where we need him to. I think he'll end up being a 4-star guy, but maybe battling some injuries. I think he'll be good. The idea, what we're going to have to do, though, is shore up the middle. Now, Itakura could be a guy that is a box-to-box type, and he should be the sub to Kone, or at least the one playing the box-to-box with Kone playing the deep line playmaker. I need another like perennial defender back here is what I need to have. And I think it's possible that this season we get another perennial defender. Kone can come back as a deep line playmaker, and Itakura comes to box. We could do that, but it's all going to come down to what we can grab. And we have to think about what to do up top. Now, Felix is one that's likely could take over for play, which we're going to kind of see if that happens. Sabiri has played well on the right side, but he just does not have the speed. And at 6'1", he could play a box-to-box role, but I mean, mainly we brought him in for some better corners, so Luka Netz isn't out here doing all the corners, but they're kind of sharing the corner responsibility. And the reason why Netz is so good is because of that acceleration. That acceleration is absolutely insane. I think we could possibly get something like that from Joe Scully and have some of the fastest defensive wingbacks and fullbacks in the league at this level. So I think we're going to generally have it. I haven't went through all of this, but we're going to have to take a look. I'll have to take a look between episodes, kind of see what we're dealing with. 43 short list. There's not much that we've kind of seen. There's a couple that were interesting, like Sydney Raybiger. A couple of guys that could have been great if we thought about them. Looking at for a loan. And there could be a couple of them that could be a good possible signing. But we're looking for loans. We didn't really see anything. Now, some of the guys that we're seeing here, like, I just don't see, like, if Firth gets relegated, I just don't see it. Like, I don't see us making a play for a lot of these players here. What we're looking at signings wise, if we could, is probably these two. So another attacking element, another attacking guy that'd be good, and then another midfield talent, and then it's like wild cards. Like, where do you go with your wild card? You have Mazumbo here, but again, this is more of an attacking element. We're looking at defenders. I'm not really seeing any defenders in that one for, say, our enabling wild card. We have one here with Romeo Lavia from Chelsea. I just don't think he could be a defensive. He could probably play pretty well through the middle, but that is a lot to invest in a player. We're not there. Now, Leopold, I was looking at, he's 6'3". We could probably get him to be a fantastic player. So maybe we pull him as our another Austrian for defense. I mean, we could have that. When it comes to German nationals, I think we are just overpaying if we're looking at anyone, to be honest. A lot of it is going to be overpay, and a lot of it is not going to be as helpful as it possibly could be. Maybe there's a couple keepers in here, maybe, but at the end of the day, I mean, the only one I was big on kind of passed, and this would have been so good to have as a deep lying playmaker in this, but he has no real interest. Maybe at the end of the season, he might. But other than that, I don't see a lot. Now, his brother, Lucas Nemecha, is a forward, could help us. And he is at Wolfsburg. So we could go with Felix Nemecha if he wants to leave. That's one thing that we might look at. I mean, we're kind of slayed down to the fact of we're digging through German players, and it's not bad. What we're looking for is mostly German players from here. We still have a wild card in here for our under 19s. I don't know who we'd pull through. Maybe it would be Mazumbo. I don't think Mazumbo can do that. So who knows? We'll have to go through that. But I mean, this would be a good slate for the summer. Not a lot of money here. Maybe about 20. Another 30, 40. We're looking at 55 million, maybe, which isn't too bad. We're looking at 55 million spent, and we'll likely have that with our overall budget if we pull in a good amount of Bundesliga cash. We pull in another 80 to 100 or 87 to 92 million. And we're talking about the fact that we could get that from the club. And then that doesn't count the fact that we could sell a couple of other players. We could sell where is he? We could end up selling like Frederick and Vetti. Those would be two. That'd be another. That's 20 million, so we can knock it down to about 30 million, and of course we have to replace that. So that could be one thing. Also, we could do loans to buy later, which is possible, or a couple loans. There is that. Plus, we have a couple of other players that we could actually sell for some extra money and kind of revamp around to do that whole thing. So that's going to be it. That kind of gives you an idea what my thought process is, because I'm going to be doing that thought process through the end of the season. If there's any changes with that thought process of changing players or anything like that, when we get towards the end of the season, because we're in March, the next episode will be the end of the Champions League round of 16. So we'll play the second leg at Old Trafford, and then we'll probably end up playing Red Bull Leipzig to end that that episode. So then Monday we'll be set up. We'll be looking at the DFB Pokal. Actually, Friday. Then we'll be looking. My days are all mixed up. Yeah, Monday. Then we'll be looking at the DFB Pokal and finishing up the season with Cologne, Dortmund, and Augsburg. Maybe we have another DFB Pokal game at the end. Maybe. Who knows? But I think with that, I don't think we're going to challenge. Well, we do have a game in hand against Bayern Munich. We have to beat Bayern Munich. So that's going to be something that we have to do. It's going to be close. It will definitely be in the Champions League because we're going to get a fifth slot for the Champions League in our league as Germany. But it's going to be very, very tight between second and fifth. It's going to be big. So that's going to be it for this episode. Leave a like below, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Later.